Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Alex Builds. Today we have got part 42 of Eagle Moss's Build Your Own Back to the Future Delorean. Okay, so issue 42 is an exciting issue because we get to do the time circuits in this one. So let me show you what we got to do. So these are the parts we get. Those are little bits in there and some electrical circuits down the bottom. And here they are here, spread out on the page. So we get our time display box, a base for it, an LED power board and wire, a keypad, time display unit, a compass, some controls, a stereo and a heat shrink, some screws and a little wire we get for that. So we're going to start off with a heat shrink. We're going to be putting this little wire through the heat shrink. Then we're going to start building the radio. Then we're going to be putting the knobs on the radio, fitting that to the time display box, screwing that down, adding the compass, and then we're going to start building the time circuits themselves. We've got to put the time circuit display into the electrical part, and then we've got to fit that to the actual part itself. Then onto there we're going to screw it in with an AP screw. Then we're going to put a keypad on to the base, screw that down, and then we're going to feed it through the wire through the center column that we built last time and screw that down with some BP screws until we've got something that looks a little like that. And then coming up in issue 43 we have the time controls. This is like the 1 to 6 switch part that we get in there. We will be replacing this with the Model Mods one eventually, so I'm going to show you how to do this one, and then I'll probably remove it and do another video where we actually install the Model Mods one. So as I said, this is an exciting issue. This is probably one of the most iconic parts, other than the flux capacitor. This is one of the most iconic parts in the car itself. So let's get these parts open and start building. Okay, so I've opened up all the parts. I've got them all laid down the side here. And the first part we're going to need is this little part here. It's silver and it's got two little holes in here, and this is the heat sink. And we're also going to need this little tiny red cable just here. And what we're going to do is we're going to feed that through the bottom down here into these little holes. So I'm going to use some tweezers for this, and yeah, basically we're going to push this through the other side. So let me get the first part on the tweezers. I'm going to feed this through, give it a go through. The holes look a little small, so I'm just going to try see if I can widen them. It looks like there's a bit of paint blocking the way, so I'm just going to try and widen them a little with a cocktail stick, just get any excess paint out of there. I want these to go through as easy as I can. It's hard enough because it's a tiny part. There we go, that should be good enough. Now we'll try and get this in. So we're going to push this through the top. Just like that, and we can curve it over and we can push it through the opposite side as well, pulling them both through so we've got just a little loop on the back, just like that. And when we turn it over, we've got these two wires just here. Next we're going to bring in this radio part here, and it has got a little notch hole just there for our little location peg on here, so we can push that into there. That's going to help locate that for us. And then when we flip this over, we can use an AP screw to secure that in. So let's grab an AP screw, get that in place, straight down there. Just like that. So our AP screw is down there, and that's what we should have. We should now have the heat shrink on top of the radio. Next we're going to need these little tiny control knobs, which are here. I don't know if they're different. They both look very similar, but we just got to push them through the front onto there. It does give us the ability to turn this. You can glue these in if you like, but I wouldn't recommend it. But if they're really loose fit, mine fit really fine, and they're so small you can't even see them, but I am able to turn them, which is very cool. Now we can bring in the base, and we can attach this to the base. It's basically quite easy. We've got the 2 holes, 2 screw pegs. I push that on top of there, and you can see our 2 screw holes at the back, just behind this peg here and next to this peg here. These are going to be also AP screws. So let's get 2 AP screws, and we'll secure this one down. That's the first screw in, and now we'll get the last screw for this part, just in this hole here. Just like that. And now that is attached onto there. So next we're going to need to bring in this little compass part here. As you can see, it's got a little white detail on there, and it has a key sort of fitting on the back, and it has a key slot on here. So we can't really put them in the wrong way. I can hold that on there with our finger, and I've already put an AP screw onto my screwdriver ready, and now we can put this AP screw straight in and lock that into place, just like that. Next we're going to need the actual display part here. This one tells you where you're going, this one tells you where you are, and this one tells you where you were. So we need our electrical part for this, and get the wire or thingy. And with the electrical LEDs facing forward, we're going to push this little slot through the hole on the back of there, and that is that onto there. Now we can take this and we can fit it onto the actual part that we've just made here. So what we're going to do is we're going to slot that in onto there, making sure we don't catch this wire, and that's going to try and hold that for us. And then we've got at the bottom here a screw latch where we can put a screw, and this is going to be another AP screw. So let me get an AP screw, and we'll get that in. There we go, AP screw going down. All the way down, nice and tight. That ain't going anywhere now. And that is, look at that, already looking amazing. Now we can put this part to the side. I'm going to need to bring in the base and the actual keypad itself. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this on this side, where we've got a little hole. We've got a key location nipple just here, a screw hole. We've got a screw hole here and our location point on here. That's going to screw into there through the top with a AP screw again. A lot of AP screws have been used so far. Let's screw this one in. There is BP screws with this issue as well, I do promise you, but so far we've only used the AP screws. And there we go. That's the keypad attached to the base of our part. Now we can bring that back, and we're going to be locating this wire to the back. This is going to help keep this this LED part to the front as well. So we need to push that all the way forward. We need to get our wire coming out the little hole, and we can push this into place just like that, and that's going to help hold the LED there. And we need 2 more. No, this is our first BP screw, so we can get our BP screws for this one, which I also have already opened a bit prematurely in this issue, I must say. That's the first one in, and now the second one. All the way down. Look at that. It's getting more and more iconic with every single step. So now the final step, we need to bring back our center console, what we've been working on, and we're going to put that down and we're going to feed this cable through this little hole here. So we'll feed that through, pull it through on the other side, and we've got the 4 holes on here, and they are going to be using the front 2. So we can pull that cable all the way through till we get down on there, just like that, and then we can put 2 more BP screws, 2 more BP screws in these 2 holes at the back, and that is us done. Let's put this one in first, just like that. The very last screw of this issue goes just in here, just like that, and that is our time controls all built, assembled and on our center console piece. So that's it guys, that's issue 42 of Build a DeLorean all done. I have to say I really enjoyed that issue. That was a very fun issue to do, nice and simple, and yeah, it was a nice fun issue. I really enjoyed building these time circuits, putting the electrics in and building it all up and putting it on the center console. It really is starting to come together. Yeah, if you want to add even more to this, you can head on over to MikeBladeMods.com and you can pick up his decal sets. He's got decal sets 1, 2 and 3. They will make these pop even more if you want to. So if you like this video guys, please leave a like down below, and if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Till next time guys, take care, bye bye.